This video will get you started in CapCut as fast as possible. But remember, editing takes time to master. A 15-minute video can only teach you the basics. But if you want a detailed full step-by-step breakdown, I have a complete CapCut PC course with project files and raw editing examples. Link will be in the description. For now, let's jump into CapCut and learn the basics in 15 minutes. So as a beginner, we're going to launch CapCut. Just click on the icon and it's going to take you to this page. So with this, we're going to click on Create Projects to take us to this very workspace. So we're going to divide the workspace into 4 categories. First, we have the media panel. The media panel is where we can import our media files. We can just drag and drop on this side, or we can click on the space. We'll get to that later. Then on top of the media panel, they have audio, text, stickers, effects, transitions that you can use. We'll get to that also later on. The next category is the preview window or the program monitor. This is where you will see all your playback videos. So I'm going to show you with an example. Let's go to library. These are some videos added to you by CapCut. When I click on one of them, look carefully at the preview window. When I scroll around it, you can see it shows exactly what video it is. Also, when I click on the space bar to play, it's going to show on the preview window. Next, we have the properties or the settings panel. With this, let me drag one file in the timeline. So when I click on that, when you look on the right side, this is going to show you the details and parameters of that very media file. First of all, you have to click on that for that to show. So when you go, we have transform, blend, stabilize. Also, when we go to animation, adjust, speed, we can work on that. So we'll talk more on that later on. Let me delete this. Then when we come down here, this is our timeline. This is where all the action takes place. So all our edits that we'll be doing it in this very timeline space. Also, whatever we have in the timeline, that's what is going to be shown in our export video. Now let me show you, just like we did previously, when I drag one video in the timeline, this is our timeline. We'll be doing the editing. So for instance, I can bring in more media files, just drag and drop in the timeline. Also, I can stack one on top of each other, just like this. And one thing to keep in mind, we can change the size of these very panels. So if I want this place to be big, I can just drag to this side, or I can drag to the left side. The same applies to this side. I can just click and hold that side with my mouse and move it anywhere I want it if I want more space on this side. Same way with the downside, I can move up and down to create some more room when it comes to my timeline space. Then if you want to change this workspace settings, you can easily go to the top. Now it's on default, you can choose one of them. But if you're a beginner, I would recommend just leaving at default and work with that. Now let me just delete this in the timeline. And now that you are familiar with the workspace, let's set up our project. With that, I'll go straight to modify, click on that. Then with this project, I will change the name. It's really important. So with this, let's just go for Tot11. This is going to help you easily identify your project. Then when we come down here, I'm going to leave everything as it is. Aspect ratio, click on that. If you're editing for YouTube, you can go for 16:9. If you're going for Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube Shorts, you can go for the opposite, which is going to be 9:16. With this tutorial, it's going to be YouTube format, so I can go for 16:9. My main video was shot in 24 frames per second. So with my frame rate, that's going to be for my timeline, I will choose exactly 24 frames per second. From here, I will click on Save. The next thing, we're going to import our media files. So with that, we can go straight to import on the media session. The one way you can do that, you can click on the import icon. It's going to take you to your folder or your finder. Then you can bring in your media files by just selecting all of them and click on import. Let me cancel that and show you my favorite method. So with this, I'm just going to go to my folder on my finder. Then instead of selecting all the files, drag and drop on this side, I will bring them in folder form. This is going to help you stay organized. So I will just drag files right in this very space, and that's going to import my files. Now when I double click on that, I can find all my media files inside this very folder. Now we're going to do some basic editing. So first, I'm going to drag my main video we're going to use in the timeline. Next, I'm going to do simple cut and trim to the video. So when you look right in the timeline, when you look at the audio from down here, right from the beginning, I was not saying anything. So I'm going to trim that side off. All I can do is take my player to that side or my cursor to that side and trim that side off. And that's going to start right from where I was doing the talking. Also, when you look down here, I have some dead space. I was not saying anything. I'll just take my player there, use Command B or Control B to make a cut on that side. That's the shortcut for that. Also, I'll show you another alternative. I can go to this drop-down menu, select the blade tool, or I can use the shortcut key B for the blade tool. From this side to this side, I was not saying anything. So I will take my blade tool on that side, click on that, and that's going to make a cut on that side. Now I will press A for the select tool, or I can go to the drop down menu, select that, click on the video file and delete that by using the delete key. That's going to remove that space. So from here, I'll continue using the same method to trim or cut the dead space or the silences from the video. Now I have all the silences and the pauses cut off. The next thing, I'm going to add some B-rolls. When you look in the timeline, whatever it's in the timeline is going to be our A roll, and B-rolls are going to be on top of that. So I'll just listen to whatever I'm talking in the video. For example, when we play on this side, you've probably seen this podcast intro style before. I was talking about a certain podcast intro style, and I have the B-rolls already. So I can go to one of them. This is just a screen recording I did of the podcast style intro. I will just drag that on top of that, and that's going to be my B-roll. From here, I don't need the audio that comes with the B-roll. So I can use this key, click on that and drag it down, and that's going to remove the audio file. Or I can go to audio on the right side, click on basic and use the controls on the volume side to turn that off. From here, I'll just select exactly the place that I want to use. Then I can trim that part off using that control, move it to exactly where I was saying that. Then I can trim to the ending part. Take my player there, use the shortcut key on this file side, it's delete right, click on that, and that's going to delete to the right. And now when I play, you've probably seen this podcast intro style before. From here, you can continue adding your B-rolls to your videos. The next thing, I'm going to add smooth zoom in using basic keyframes. I want to zoom to my face using keyframes. Take the player to the starting frame. Then when you go to the right side, click on video, basic, and click on transform by adding keyframe on that side. It's going to turn into a blue color. Then I want the zoom in to take place in these very intervals. Select that file, then drop a second keyframe on transform. It's going to lock everything on that very parameter. Then I can zoom in to my face and use the on-screen control and move it down this way. Now when I play, you've probably seen that's going to perform a basic zoom in to my face. If it's too fast and I want to slow it down, I can move the second keyframe point away from the first keyframe point, and that's going to come in slow. If I want it to be fast, I'll just move the second keyframe point closer to the first keyframe, and that's going to come in really fast. Next, we're going to add basic transitions and effects. So for instance, with this video, when you listen to it, the kind of intro used in shows like The Diary of a CEO. So I was talking about example, The Diary of a CEO, and I want to transition from this to a B-roll. So first of all, I'll go to where I can see his face, then press I for in point and take it somewhere and press O for out point. Now I can drag that and drop it on top of that. Now I can take the volume all the way down if you remember how to add B-rolls. Now for the transition to happen, when it comes to CapCut, all the media files has to be on the same level. So when you look at this, this is on the down level and this is on top. And for the transition to work, I need to make them on the same level. I will just click on this file, press Option or Alt and drag upwards. That's going to make a duplicate of that very file. Also, one way you can do, you can just use Command or Control C to copy, then Command or Control V to paste, and that's going to duplicate that file. Let me delete that. Then I don't need the video of the duplicated file. So I can click on that and take it all the way down, and that's going to remove the volume. Now I can go to transitions at the top. I already have some favorites, so I can go to my favorite. If you want to add to your favorites, just go to the transition you want to add and click on the star icon, and it's going to go to your favorite. From here, you can choose one of them. So with this example, I want to use this white flash. I will drag and drop in the middle of that two files. Now, when I click on that, I can change the duration of the transition. So if I want it to be fast, I can move it down. If I want it to be slow, I can move it up. Now, when I play and show you, used in shows like The Diary of a CEO, you can see it was pretty clean and simple transition. When it comes to transitions, please be careful with that. Don't go overboard with that. Next, we're going to add our captions and text. So when it comes to captions, my video has audio, so it's pretty simple. I can go to text, auto captions, leave it at English. I was speaking English, leave everything as it is. Then click on generate. That's going to generate auto captions right on this side. Then with that selected, I can go to the right side. Make sure I have apply to all mini captions turned on this very side. Then from here, I will change it to the font style I want to go for. I'll go for Monstera. Also, I'll scroll down and add a bit of drop shadow to it. And now I can turn it down a bit. Now, if I want to add a particular caption style, I can go to animations, click on captions, and select one of them on this side. I'll go with bounce out. Seen this podcast intros. From here, good practice will be selecting all the files, go to animations, and select bounce out, where the first few seconds is, but most editors don't know why it works. Next is adding music and sound effects. So when it comes to music and sound effects, CapCut comes with some music and sound effects, but I would recommend going for quality ones like from third parties like Epidemic Sounds and Atlas. So with this video, I already have some music from Epidemic Sound. I'll go to media, find a music that I want to use. This is the music. Just drag and drop that below my video file. I'll take my playhead to that side, Command B to cut, then select this part and delete that since I only need this music part. Then with the music, most of the time it's going to be loud and I want my vocals to be above the music volume. So I'll click on the music, go to the right side and turn that down a bit. Then now when I play, you've probably seen this podcast intro style before. Then from here, you can bring in your sound effects. So sound effects, I have an example here. I'll just drag that below this file. And when it comes to the sound effect, this is the peak of it. And I want that to be at the middle of the transition. When you look in the timeline, this is the middle of the transition. And this is the peak of my sound effect. And most of the time, sound effects are too loud. So click on that, take the volume down a bit, and play and listen to how it sounds like. Used in shows like The Diary of a CEO, and that's one beginner mistake I find people doing. Always make sure your sound effect is not too loud. The next thing is color grading, and with this I'll try to keep it as simple as possible. So with color grading, one way I can do is I can go to the right side, click on adjustment and bring in a custom adjustment. Just drag and drop on top of the video file. That's selected. I can go to basic, scroll down and do some basic color grading to this. So for instance, exposure, I want to bring that up a bit. Saturation, I want to add a bit of saturation. Then contrast, I want to play around it a bit. And the drop shadow, I want it down a bit. Now I feel like my saturation is too high, so I can take it down a bit on this side. From here, I will scroll down and add vignette. So this, look carefully on the edges. If I want to add darkness to the edges, I can go towards the right. If I want lighter color, I can go towards this side. Most of the time, when it comes to vignettes, we want to go to the darker side. And that mostly is going to draw the attention of the viewers towards your subject in the video. So with this, I can go for somewhere to. Next, I can add some sharpness to it. Let's bump that up a bit on this side. Don't go too much when it comes to the sharpen. Now what I can do is I can stretch my adjustment layer to cover all my arrow videos. And if you remember, we made a duplicate of one arrow video we drop on this side. We need to add that adjustment color to that. So what we can do is make a duplicate of the adjustment color by pressing Alt or Option and dragging upwards. Now I can trim the beginning part to the starting of that video and trim this side also to the ending of that video, and that's going to affect only this very video without affecting the rest. Next is exporting our videos. So with that, we will go to export, click on that. The name, let's change the name to whatever name we want to use. So let's just say example 1. Then where you want to export the file to, click on this icon. I want mine to be on downloads, select that and click on open. Then from here, resolution, this video was shot in 4K, so I will select 4K. If it was shot in 1080p, you can use that, but if you want to scale it up a bit, you can do that, but I recommend going with what you shot with. So let me go with 4K. Format, I will leave it at MP4. It's easy to play on most devices. Then my frame rate was 24 frames per second, so I will select that and make sure everything is turned off when it comes to audio and captions. From here, I can just click on export and that's going to export my video. And that's the basic workflow in CapCut. If you want a detailed full step-by-step breakdown with project files and raw examples, link will be in the description. Catch you guys in the next one. Peace.